Thank you so much for tuning into San Diego Market Movers Question of the Week. I have Angela Pinella joining me with her beautiful scarf. I just had to mention that on camera because it's stunning on you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's my love language, words of affirmation. So I'm just going to receive that and just like pay that forward to somebody else, including yourself. You look beautiful as well. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you, and thank you so much for the compliment. So I know that you work a lot of times with sellers, but you are very knowledgeable in this area when it comes to buyers because this is the market. This is a crazy frenzy. Any advice that you can give to a buyer when helping to win a bidding war?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important for them to have the right mindset and get out of this scarcity mindset thinking there's just no inventory or I'm not going to be able to really ever find my dream home because there's nothing on the market. So I'd say take that thought and eliminate it because it's important to have the right mindset. Resilience, remain resilient and be perseverant. I'm like mixing up words today.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry.
Let me just backtrack and say remain resilient and persevere. Remain consistent on having the right mindset. So I could talk about mindset all day. I love coaching and speaking about that, but I think in order to win a bidding war, your buyer's agent, whoever you're choosing to represent you, really has to have a solid relationship and really understand what the seller's needs are through having that relationship with the listing agent. What's important to the seller? What can we do to make the transaction very smooth? How does the offer need to be written? What's the seller's motivation? So then I can write the offer and put my buyer in the best light for that seller.
Isn't that amazing? Like, we're talking about this market. This is not a trend that we've really ever seen until the last few years where we're looking to see what the seller wants. It's always the seller bending for the buyer normally. It's just an interesting market, that's for sure. What about writing a letter? Do you find that is something that would be helpful?
I don't even think we can do that anymore.
No,
And that just really has to be eliminated. And I'm sure the listing agent, if they did receive that, is not really even supposed to be presenting that to the seller. We just have to remove that, and that's from my understanding, but there may be some other ways that people are trying to skirt around that, but that's not how I do business.
Right.
I think it's really important to make sure that I coach my buyer and make sure that their expectations aren't too high, and just to get out of the scarcity mindset. There's an abundance of inventory, and if they're choosing the right buyer's agent to represent them, you want to make sure your agent is looking for off-market properties as well, creating inventory and maybe doing an off-market deal to make it as easy for them and less stressful.
Right, a lot less stressful. Well, thank you so much for that, your valid opinion, very valued opinion, and your knowledge on that, because this is quite a market, and I feel a lot for the buyer. So thank you so much, and thank you again for joining us at San Diego Market Movers Question of the Week.
Thank you.